That's why I tell my students, I'm like, listen, dude, you're gonna have to lie, cheat, and steal in this business, and I'll explain what that means, because you're not hurting anybody, but there are things you're gonna have to do a little lie. So if someone asks you your age, you just say you're the age of the character, whatever that character's age is. Where you say I play 18 to 20, whatever, 18 to 30. Cheat. I'll explain that. There's a couple auditions back in the days that I couldn't get an audition for. Like one was a Tom Hanks film that he was directing called That Thing You Do, and I had a good agent at the time, and they just couldn't get me an audition, and I didn't accept that answer. So I said, "Fuck that." I found out where the auditions were. I lived in New York City at the time, and it was in New York City. And the day before the auditions, I went, I went to the building. I went up to the 6th floor, wherever it was. The elevator opens. I see this big, big casting office, and there's no one around. And I see a fucking script sitting on a shelf, and I had my backpack. I just walk in there, do. I see the script. That's the script. Put it in my backpack, and I leave. So that's the stealing part. And I fucking read the whole script from top to bottom, and learned what role that I thought I wanted to read for. And I came back the next day in the morning, and the casting director was like, Matt, what are you doing here? And I said, listen, I know I don't have an audition. I go, but I really think I'm right for one of these roles. I would love the chance to read. Is that a possibility? Because it's really a no-no. Like, you're not supposed to crash an audition. But again, I broke a few rules because that's who I am, or who I was. I was like, I'm not going to be a dick about it, but I will read for this role. And so she said, I can't promise anything, Matt. You may not. She said, you can stick around if you want, but I can't promise. So I did. I stuck around all day for hours. I don't remember how many hours, 6 hours maybe. And actors were coming and going and coming and going. Now some of them, recognizable people, and coming and going. And then I see Donnie Wahlberg come in, and this is back in 96, 97 maybe. So I didn't even know he was an actor. Turns out he's actually a really good actor, because I saw him in things later. But he comes in, and he's sitting down, and and then I'm sitting right, and he asked me, hey, what role are you reading for? I go, dude, I'm not reading for any role, man. He goes, what do you mean? I go, I fucking came here yesterday. I stole the script. I read it. I showed up about 4 hours ago, and I've been sitting here ever since, because I want to. He goes, man, that's fucking cool. And so we started talking, and he was just the coolest guy. And shit, man, like we ended up talking so much. He goes, man, you want to come out tonight with me and my boys to Benihana's? And I go, dude, I would love to. Like an idiot, man. This is one of the things that I'm like, but I have to work tonight. I was working at my own restaurant. So he literally goes, no worries, dude. He goes, if you ever want to hang out again, he goes, this is my address and my number in Boston. Come down to the studio sometime. I never called him. I never used it, and part of me regrets that, because I think he would have genuinely been like, "Yeah, man, come on down to Boston and hang out," and whatever. Yeah. I didn't do it, but
what would life be like?
Yeah, what would life be like now?
Play that game and fuck yourself up.
But I finally got to read. So Johnny came and went, and so did 700 other people. I was there till 6 at night. Like the sun had gone down. I guess it was in the wintertime. And she goes, "Okay, Matt, he'll see you." I was the last person. Yeah. And it was a casting director named Howard Fuhrer, who was a big casting director at that. He cast a lot of big things. I came in and I read for him. I think I read this one role. And he asked me to read a different one, and I did. And then I ended up riding the elevator down with him. That's how I was the last one. We all left.
One out, yeah.
And I just remember he said something like, "Kid, you got some balls on you," or something like that. And I was like, "Thank you," And I didn't get the role, but I was proud of myself that I did it and did it in a way that hopefully didn't piss off anybody. Yeah. And I had a good story out of it. And then I saw the film, and I saw who they cast. I was like, yeah, those are good people. Damn it. Okay. And then I ended up working with Jonathan Shayak, one of the lead guys in the movie. That was his first work on Creep Show a couple years ago. So life has a way of interestingly working out sometimes, just not in the way you thought it would.